This is 7 National News, and in our top story. The UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, has directed the allocation of a second batch of Salma emergency food aid for those affected by the ongoing humanitarian crises in Gaza. The ruler of Dubai's directives came after the first aid plane recently distributed over 100,000 meals to the Palestinians in Gaza. Earlier, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed launched Project Salma to provide preserved meals to people in crisis-hit locations as a result of wars and natural disasters, which have been so far distributed in a swift and comprehensive manner. Sheikh Mohammed's directive to allocate the second batch of emergency food aid reflects the UAE's commitment to provide humanitarian assistance to the Palestinians in Gaza. Additionally, the Salma project also reflects the UAE's desire to help all the needy and distressed people in all parts of the world without discrimination against ethnicity or religion. The Salma Emergency Food Relief Programme is a partnership between the Dubai Islamic Economy Development Centre, the Awqaf and Miners Affairs Foundation in Dubai, and Noor Awqaf, a partnership between Noor and AMAF, created to support the development of Awqaf all over the world. Peak-hour train services on a segment of the Dubai Metro were affected on Tuesday evening between Al Karama and Al Jafiliya stations following a technical snag. The 2-hour disruption saw passengers on the Red Line delayed outside stations between Union and Business Bay metro stations as officials worked to resolve the issue. According to local reports quoting RTA officials, an emergency evacuation was carried out from trains and stations, and a total of 30 buses and 1,110 taxis were provided to help bring people to their destination. The disruption occurred at around 6:30 p.m., affecting 9 stations in total in both directions, and left hundreds of people gathered at metro stations with gates opened up to help speed up the exit process. By 9:30 p.m., according to officials, the issue was resolved and all services had resumed. International schools operating in the Gulf are raking in a total of $6 billion in fees, according to a new report. The expansion of international schools in the region registered the second fastest growth rate in the world and now has 982 international schools with 1 million students. The report cited research conducted by the International School Consultancy Group (ISC), a market intelligence provider on the global international schools market. The data showed that the UAE ranked first as the country with the highest number of international schools, dominating the region with 439, up from 433 in the first quarter of this year. Saudi Arabia has 195 international schools and Qatar 130, although this is set to increase as the country's Supreme Education Council has just approved 26 new private schools. Kuwait now hosts 80 international schools teaching close to 90,000 students, while Oman has 58 international schools with a population of nearly 60,000 students. According to the report, the fastest growing international school market is Asia. The ISC added that East Asia, the Gulf and South America will drive new demand in future as appetite increases for access to world-class quality education. More than 8,000 cars were found to have tyres in poor condition in the first half of the year, according to the Dubai Police. So far this year, 2 people have been killed and 6 injured in 5 accidents caused by faulty tyres. 3 were tyre blowouts and the other 2 involved tyres coming loose from vehicles. More than 1,400 vehicles found to be unroadworthy in the first half of the year. Last year, 2 people were killed and 20 were injured in 10 accidents caused by poor tyres, compared with 15 accidents in 2012, which killed 2 people and injured 38. In 2013, police found 12,168 vehicles with tyres in poor condition and 1,104 unroadworthy vehicles. On Tuesday, Dubai Police, in collaboration with Apollo Tyres, launched a 45-day campaign to educate motorists about tyre maintenance. The campaign, titled A Summer Without Accidents, aims to raise awareness among drivers to always pay attention to their tyres, with police stating that people will change their oil but tend to forget about their tyres in a country that is extremely hot in summer. The fine for driving a vehicle in poor condition or with faulty tyres is 200 dirhams, and the car is impounded for 7 days. More than 1,000 minibuses are expected to be taken off the road shortly following new regulations by the Roads and Transport Authority, which bans the use of minibuses to transport school children. According to the RTA, the new rules will come into effect from the new academic year in September 2014. The companies that offer school bus services will have a further 18-month grace period to phase in full-sized buses to meet the new regulations. As per the statistics from the authority, around 4,000 school buses transport as many as 150,000 pupils to and from schools in Dubai, of which around 30% are minibuses. The move, which is expected to increase the level of safety for the school children, is part of the Executive Council's Resolution number 18 of 2014, issued by His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Crown Prince of Dubai, which updates the existing school transportation regulations in Dubai. Under the new arrangements, bus operators are allowed to have 2 rows, one accommodating 3 seats and the other 2 seats. The 3x2 seating bus arrangement is aimed at increasing the capacity of the buses without affecting the safety of the children. The Dubai Blood Donation Centre has called for more donations from O Group donors following a drop in supply over the holiday season. In order to meet the high demand of blood and its units, the centre is calling out to donors from O-positive and O-negative blood groups. According to the director of the centre, Dr. Layla Al-Shair, there was no shortage of blood, but collections had dropped due to the extended holiday period during Ramadan and the ongoing summer break when people proceed on leave outside the UAE. The call comes after the centre located at the Latifa Hospital collected more than 200 units of blood from registered donors. As the main supplier of blood to the Dubai Health Authority hospitals and over 27 private hospitals, the centre has around 50,000 registered donors. However, not all of them are active. According to Dr. Layla, demand for O-group blood units has increased following recent post-trauma cases, together with their efforts to ensure that a certain level in stock is maintained for emergency cases.
We have, for example, a polytrauma patient and thalassemia patient and a private and a governmental hospital requesting operation emergency. So we have to fulfill that requirement with the specific blood group. Thalassemia, they are very scheduled people, so we know what they request, and it is not an emergency. So all the time we prepare for them. But, for example, a few days back we have got a polytrauma case, came to a trauma center, and more than one case actually, to be honest. And some of the private hospital looking for the same blood group for their patient who is going for an urgent operation. So fulfilling this requirement with the current stock will happen. So the life of the patient won't be in danger, but we need to replace what we utilize. Now, we took it as a policy is not to wait until we have a zero stock and then call. We need to call while we are utilizing. So the alert now is that we are using a lot of O, so we call our O to come and build up our stock.
And finally, in the bulletin, as part of the Endless Summer Fun for the young ones, this year's Dubai Summer Surprises offered them a unique fashionable experience. Over the last week, aspiring fashion icons took to the ramps at the Modesh Summer Fashion, which took place at the Dubai Festival City Mall, to showcase their style and glamour, with hope that one day they shall make a mark on the global fashion scene. Kids between the ages of 5 and 16 were provided a real taste of the industry, where they were divided into groups and were involved in the entire process, from styling, makeup, accessorizing and learning the catwalk. In recognition of their fashionable showcase during their moment of fame, the young fashionistas would also find themselves on the cover of the Modesh magazine. Aside from experiencing the world of glitz and glamour, the participants also tested their creativity during a t-shirt designing workshop to take home their very own personalized tops.
The objective of having the summer fashion with children is to engage the community and the visitors, whether they were visitors or residents, to participate and take place in the fashion shows. And the objective of these fashion shows is, besides involving the community, is basically to also engage the retail industry and for them to benefit out of it. It's an annual event in our calendar of events in the summer, and it's been successful, and it proved its success over the years, and that's why it's repeated over and over again.
We were doing modeling for Dubai Summer Surprises for Modesh, and we're here in DFC. We're modeling here and we had so much fun, very cool surprises.